Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final day of our talk with Pastor Rufus this week. And Pastor Rufus, tell us about yourself now, because we have talked about how we met and all that. What did you grow up to become? Before, we met from the fellowship. We've spoken about the fellowship.
Yes.
But you finished your degree.
Yes.
What did you read? And what happened? How did your life
from there
evolve from there?
Yes. Basically, I finished my degree in electrical engineering, where I earned a master's degree in electrical engineering. But then before I left Minsk, that was in Minsk, Belarus, the fellowship we had that we started actually turned into a church, because I think it was a year before Pastor Sunday left Minsk. There was a word from God that the church should the fellowship should now be turned to reach the masses. The people of Belarus. And so Pastor Sunday got this word from God, and but he had this condition that every member of the fellowship will have to receive the same word before we could proceed. And I remember everyone, in one way or the other, God showed them that this is what God wanted to do.
That was quite supernatural.
Yeah. And I remember I was one of the last person to receive the word for that, because I thought what we were doing then, because that time we already were, I think I need to back up a little bit, because we actually came from the underground, and then we got introduced to the Pentecostal church in Belarus, and we were working with the youth. And it is interesting that most of the youth we are working with today, they are all also pastors in different places. Some are in the United States, some still in Belarus, some to other part of the former Soviet Union. So we are traveling with them and doing a lot of work, helping the churches, strengthening them. So I was thinking that why do we need to start a church? It's enough to just be doing that. So I think I was one of the last person to have the word. And I remember the word that God gave me then. It was from Deuteronomy, when God told the Israelites, it's enough for you to dance around this mountain, move. And so when I heard that word, and I came to Pastor Sunday and I told him, I said, then that was the time the work in Minsk began, and we planned for evangelism and crusade to launch the church. But unfortunately that time, Pastor Sunday had to leave because he was refused a visa. So when I finished, why I'm saying this is that because after I finished my degree, I actually continued the work that was started then, and I became the pastor of that church in Minsk. I pastored that church for 4 years before I also had to leave for the same reason why Pastor Sunday left, because I was denied visa. Then from there I moved to Latvia, where I currently am based and pastoring a church there in Latvia, doing the work of pastoring and organizing Bible schools. I lead Bible school. We have a union of churches which I oversee in Latvia. That's what I do basically.
How many churches in your union?
About 12 churches.
That's good. They are mainly Latvian churches.
Latvian churches, and even our church is also purely Latvian actually.
So it's not an African. You don't have any.
The only African I have in our church is me and my children.
Even your children are not.
They are not. They are not really African, because they are also.
You met your wife, who is Latvian.
A Latvian, yes. And we met in one of the crusades we were doing in a city called Baranovici. So actually, it's interesting how we met there, and then after we married, she came down from Latvia to live together with us with me in Minsk. And we lived there for 4 years before we moved back to Latvia. So the only African in that church is me.
So how is it? You've been living outside of your home country, Nigeria, now for 22 years.
Yes.
How are your relatives and family people saying that?
Well, I thank God that they understand that. Of course, I miss them so much, and they miss me, and they want me to come and be more often to them. To be with them. But I talk with my mom almost every time. And my dad passed away while I was still studying in 1996. He passed away to be with the Lord.
So it's a sacrifice. You actually gave your life totally to the cause.
Yes, because I still have a longing, and but I see that the work that God is doing and what is called me to do in that part of the world is a sacrifice, indeed.
And you even sacrifice your degree too?
I sacrifice my degree because I never used it. But the only thing is that I thank God, because I always wonder, I say, God, why didn't I know this? I wouldn't have studied in that area. I would have maybe focused my study in other area of where I'm working, like theology or some other kind of administration or leadership things. But then, because, you know, I came just to study, that was the idea, to come and study and go back to Nigeria. And of course, the idea of the people that brought us here was to train us in communism and send us back to Nigeria. So it's interesting the way God works. But God just turned everything around and gave us a ministry to the same people, to minister to them and to bring the gospel of the kingdom.
It's an exciting story. And, you know, I'm sure that you guys have enjoyed the time with Pastor Rufus. I want to come back with him next week, because there are many more things that are interesting that we can discover with Pastor Rufus, especially with what is happening with Pastor Sunday and our ministry here. And what has Pastor Rufus discovered now that he has come to Kyiv? What is here on the ground? We'll talk more about that later. God bless.